All right, welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. I'm in Milwaukee today at the Wisconsin Community Media Annual Conference, Fall Conference. I'm actually here with I don't know, I would say the director of all directors, the coordinator of all coordinators, but Mary Cardona, long time.
Rotary will get you everywhere.
Well, I'm always in trouble in this organization, so appreciate Mary's time. Mary, you have done some amazing work for many, many years and a very familiar name in the PEG industry, public education government. But tell us about WCM and what this organization is all about.
Well, it was started in 1998, and it was started because there were a lot of little PEG stations, public education and government access television stations across the state, and they needed to band together to share technology tips, what kinds of shows they were doing, talk about equipment, share management tips, all of that sort of thing. And in 1998, John Urban from Oshkosh and about 12 other stations banded together and formed WCM. And it's the same kind of thing we do today. We have conferences, we have a video fest or media fest now because we've expanded it to podcasts and other media. And we do a lot of just interaction between stations. Whenever you have a question, we pose questions, we pose answers. It's a great support group.
It really is, and this conference kind of encapsulates all of the great work and the great teamwork, time to socialize and come with topics. But tell us about the conference, the annual conference. We actually do multiple conferences.
Yes, we typically do a fall single-day workshop and then a 2-day conference in spring. But because of the pandemic, everything's gotten shuffled around. And this time we're here in fall, and it's kind of unusual. And we're never going to do it again because it's also budget time for municipalities, and it's just been really tough. But usually at these conferences, again, it's sharing information. So about half of our speakers are from our membership, talking about their experiences and their expertises, and about half of it comes from the outside world, like we have attorneys or social media experts or audio experts coming in from academia to talk to us. So it's a mix. And we also talk about public policy, what's happening on the federal level, what's happening on the state level. We might talk about certain projects that we're working on with our members. So it really, it's a mix.
And today, if you were to say Wisconsin PEG stations are they doing good? Are they doing bad? What would you say the state of Wisconsin stations at this point?
I would say we are in trouble, and we've been in trouble since 2008 when a law was passed in 2007 that took away most of the support for local community television stations. Today, the only thing that cable companies are required to do is carry our signal. That's it, and they can carry it any way they want to. So Charter, which controls about 90% of the systems in the state, they refuse to carry us in HD, which is really maddening because all of our stations produce programs in HD only to turn around and look at it on Charter's cable systems, and it looks fuzzy and degraded, and it's very demoralizing. It's demoralizing for municipalities who invest a lot of money to see the signal look like that on their systems. So the lack of support from cable companies has been very damaging, and we're working now on a bill to see if we can improve that situation.
And overall, why is it? I think the question would come from residents or people watching this is why is community media so important?
Well, I think everybody knows that newspapers have gotten a lot shorter or less frequent. It used to be that local radio stations were required to provide local news. They're not anymore. There's websites, there's social media, but those tend to be siloed types of communication organs, so it's one person's point of view or one single organization's point of view. With what we're trying to do is we're trying to build community, and we're trying to create programming that appeals to the broader base of our community and talk about issues that are very important to the community and things that the community needs to make decisions around. And so we feel like we're very, very important. We like the idea that we're interactive, that we're very accessible to the public. People can come in and use us. People can take out cameras in some instances, or if if not cameras, they can talk to you, for example, and say, this is an important issue in this community, you should be covering it, and you'll be responsive. And then the programs are put on various platforms. They're put on cable, they're put on social media, they're put on YouTube, and it's out there for the community to use. And so I think what we do is very different from the other media that's out there, and it's badly needed.
Yeah, well said, and it's super important. And in Fitchburg, we've been fortunate enough to have good support from all levels, and we'll be talking about that. Actually, I'll be speaking with a bunch of stations from Dane County, which is kind of cool. We're going to have a lot of fun. But final thing, you're starting a new nonprofit tagged to the Wisconsin Community Media Program Fund. If I got it right, just quickly tell us what's that about.
I'm really excited about it. So it's part of our outreach plan to get out there and to interact more with a lot of different communities. And the goal is to produce programming of regional interest. So it's not going to be as locally oriented as most of our PEG stations are, but it may be programs that are appealing to Sun Prairie and Fitchburg and Verona and Oregon, and banding those facilities together with their resources and banding together producers who have a message, funders who want that message to get out, and technicians like camera operators and audio operators who have the skill set to do these programs. So we're trying to kind of create a source of support for more regional programming that would be appealing to all of our media centers. We've got 52 of them across the state, and to help beef up their programming and to serve our communities better.
All right, join the fund, contribute to the fund, help out local PEG stations across the state and even here in Dane County. Finally, Mary, if people want to learn more about WCM or learn about their local community access stations, I like to say community media now, but how can we learn more about them?
Just Google Wisconsin Community Media, and you will come up to our website, and we've got links to all of the media centers in the state that are, well, actually all of them. We have more information about our members, but there are links to all media centers in our state, and you can learn more about PEG.
Fantastic. Yeah. That does it for me, Mary. Thank you so much. My camera operator behind the scenes, by the way, is John, and he's from West Bend. I asked for a camera person, and nobody rose their hand. I'm just... When we got all these people,
shortage of camera
right, and John was nice enough to raise his hand and help us out. So thank you, John, behind the scenes. We're going to take a quick break. More to come from the conference, the Wisconsin Community Media Fall Conference. We'll be right back.